Alright, so you obviously saw the title of this, and you think I'm probably going to give you like strategy insights or something, but that's not the direction that I'm intending with this video. What I actually want to talk about in this video is if you're a new player, I suggest you just don't even bother playing. I know that sounds like all doom and gloom and negative and all this, but I got a whole video, so let me explain why I say that. This is also coming from somebody who's been playing this game forever. I mean, I've been playing since Christmas Day 2015, and I've been super hardcore at this game. I mean, I participate in every raid, in every event, in everything. And I was even more hardcore during the beginning few years of this game's lifespan because, a lot of stuff wasn't simmable. Like nowadays, at least you get the luxury of being able to sim your challenges and you get to sim events and stuff. Like back in the day, these weren't simmable. You had to do each tier and wait for the cooldown. It was 10 minutes each, so it literally took, on the ones that have 5 tiers, like this one, or 5 refreshes. I mean, it literally would take 50 minutes to complete. Well, plus the time to actually do the battle. Like that's how hardcore it was in the beginning. Now, it takes me 2 seconds. But anyways, yeah, so I know a thing or two about this game. I've been here for a long time. I've seen the changes over time. And, yeah, it doesn't seem worth... If I was a new player coming into the game knowing what I do know, I wouldn't even bother wasting my time. Because it's just never going to be a fulfilling experience. So, let me get into it. First thing that I think is no fun about this game is that the developers, CG, Capital Games, they focus heavily on the whales and the krakens. So if you don't know what a whale and a kraken is, these are the players that put real money into the game and buy their way to the top. A new character comes out, they put tons of money into the game to make sure they get them all the way to 7-star, and then put even more money in so they can get them up to high gear, if not relic status, right out the gate. A perfect example of a whale or a kraken is the YouTuber Arnold T101. He does that all the time. You know, we recently just had Night Trooper come out. He has a 6.5 hour video that was a live stream of him doing just that. He unlocked the character, got him to 7-star, beefed it up, did some trials to test him out and everything. And yeah, so that's what CG focuses on, which on the surface makes sense. They're a company, this is how they make money. But at the same time, it just ruins the experience for like normal players like you and I. Back in the day, when this game first came out, it was very reasonable that you could be in the top 10 of Squad Arena. All you had to do was farm the basic enough character that they had in the top tiers, and then you'd be there as well. But now, that's not the case anymore. Now, if you want to be on the top, you need to have the latest GL. You need to have the latest Conquest character. You need to have the latest... Jeez, it's even getting to the point that you need to have the latest marquee character, which, let me explain, because if you're a new player, maybe you don't know all these. So a GL, a Galactic Legend, is like this guy that I'm using right here, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. It's a character that's designed to be extremely powerful. They are one of the most powerful characters in the game. It's even in their kit. So many things about their kit just designate extreme levels of power. Like they can't die from like an annihilate type move, a one-hit KO type move they can't be killed from. They take reduced damage from damage over time type moves. Everything. They even have an ability in their kit that they gain more health and everything per relic level that they're at, which relics are the highest gear tier that your character can be at. So anyways, that's a GL. A Conquest character. Conquest characters are a character that's basically, for the most part, a step under a GL. Conquest characters are rewards from a game mode called Conquest, and they're pretty strong characters, but then they have this secondary ability or ability upgrade called Omicrons, and they usually have 3 Omicron upgrades, and these Omicrons essentially make them equal to a GL in a certain game mode. The Omicrons are only active in specific game modes, but in that game mode, the character is basically GL level. Slightly under still, but pretty close. Like, they've even explicitly said before that the whole point is to make them become GL contenders. Because at the time, people were frustrated that, GLs were super strong, and it was, if somebody had a bunch of GLs on defense and you didn't have enough GLs or something to counter them, then it was like, well, now what do I do? So they made these Omicrons, so it's like, well, you have a chance here. And then marquee characters are like the basic, freebie new characters that they come out with. But prior, they never meant anything. But now, like I said, they kind of are. It's to the point where it's like, you almost need to have the latest and greatest marquee character, because they put all kinds of, bonuses in for having it. Like, for example, there's a new game mode called Assault Battles. It's the Duel of Fates one. This requires 2 new marquee characters in order to maximize your rewards and all that. And they have to be 7-star and all that. They can't just be, the status from when you unlock them in the marquee. No, they need to be beefed up characters. So, again, it's just catering to the whales and krakens. Normal players like me are not going to have these marquee characters beefed up for another few years. Once they become farmable on some kind of game node, whether it's Cantina, light side, or dark side, I'm not going to have Padawan Obi-Wan or Jedi Master Qui-Gon at 7-star anytime soon. But the whales and krakens do. So when the assault battle comes around, they can easily tear this thing up, where I just kind of do the first couple of tiers and then that's it. So when you're constantly dealing with that, it's just not fun. Like I said, Squad Arena, you used to be able to relatively easily get into the top 10, maybe top 20. You just have to farm the right characters, which were all very accessible. Everything was on a light side node, dark side node, or something fairly easy to accomplish. Like now, Conquest, that's driven by Conquest when it's available, which Conquest comes around twice a month. So you can't accelerate your farming or anything. You gotta wait for a game mode to come around. So the whales and krakens, no problem to them, but a normal free-to-play player, it's a big problem. That's one huge reason why I would suggest don't bother playing this game, because you'll just never be able to be at the top. There's already thousands and thousands of people above you. You know what I mean? Look at me. I'm at 9.5 million GP. If you're a new player, I'm already way above you. And then obviously, I've been saying, all these whales and krakens, they're way above you. I mean, I get it. At the same time, there's different, servers or whatever that people get categorized into. So you're not going to be, in a server that I'm in. So there is potential that you can make it to the top, but it's just, you'll never be true top, You're always going to be behind. I mean, geez, even if you came into the game as an extreme kraken and whale right out the gate, you're still going to be behind. Because there's events that are locked that you got to wait for them to come around for. Like Jedi Knight Cal Kestis. Previous whales and krakens already have him, but if you started whaling right now, well, his event's not active, so you wouldn't even be able to get him yet. Thus keeping you behind, even when you're trying to be a whale. See what I'm saying? So, that's number one why I would not recommend you playing this game. Second reason why I would not recommend you playing this game is because of all of the game modes and everything that there is to do in the game. It sounds ironic to say that, because for a game, you want there to be a lot to do. You don't want to play a game and have nothing to do. It kind of defeats the whole point, But at the same time, this is a freemium mobile game. It's something that I'm supposed to be able to do just kind of in passing. Spend a little bit of time with it, when I'm, maybe while I'm watching a movie, throw this on as well, do my dailies or something, call it a day. This game has way too much. You got guild events to do. You've got Conquest to do. You got Grand Arena to do. You got Galactic Challenges to do. Raids. And it's like, there's so many times where all of these are going on at the same time. And it's like, oh my god, it just gets very overwhelming, very time consuming as well. And if you're someone like me, you don't have all that time. You know, I work 2 jobs, 2 professional jobs. I have a child. Like, I don't have time to be sitting around playing a game on my phone. Like, look, for example, just so you can get it, what I'm saying. Right now, we have Conquest. So, Conquest is going on. We got this raid going on that I still haven't gone in on. I need to participate in this. We just had Grand Arena, too. That, I think, ended. But this was going on. And, like I said, we got this Galactic Challenge right here. Now, typically Galactic Challenges are quick and easy, so it's not really too much of a threat. But still, like, that's 4 things that I gotta do that take time. Grand Arena takes time. If you do well, like, this tier that I lost, which was bullcrap, I lost because I didn't even bother participating. I hate Grand Arena. I didn't feel like wasting my time to do it. But let's take a look at this tier where I full cleared it. To get this full clear, my full clear is on the right there, the red side. That takes about an hour to do. So you got an hour right there to do that. You got Conquest. Conquest is kind of quick, but it uses energy that just keeps refilling. Like, see, I'm at 40 energy. Well, I already used all my energy a few hours ago, probably around 2 o'clock, I think. At this time, it's 8:30, so it's been 6.5 hours. I already have more energy. I could go again. You know, this, to do the raid, or whatever this is, territory battle, this is going to take a little bit of time, not as long as a Grand Arena, maybe half an hour, though, that I got to sit here and throw out some teams. You know, it's a lot of time, and if you don't have time like that, if you're a nobody who's just, you know, a bum at home, nothing to do, fine, that's great, but if you're someone like me in the real world with, you know, this is just way too much. It gets overwhelming, and it's like, it's funny because some of the people talk about how they want more game modes. You know, Arnold's always talking about he wants a sandbox mode, and I'm like, we already got way too much. Don't add more. Jeez. I mean, there's enough to do just with the dailies, relatively speaking. Never mind adding on all this extra crap. So, yeah, that, ironically, would be number 2 why I would not recommend this game. There's just too much to do. Sounds funny, but that would be my reason. Reason number 3 now why I would not suggest that you play this game. It's because, personally, this game just causes me a ton of rage. I know it's a personal thing. Maybe it won't make you as mad as it does me. But this game makes me mad all the time. And the reason for that is because there's way too many imbalances. And again, CG doesn't care. They care about the whales and the krakens. So they're going to make a game that's fantastic for those players at the sacrifice of us. You know, they don't care about how we feel. They just care, are our whales happy? Good, that's all we care about. Oh, the krakens, the people that gave us money, are they happy? Okay, which fine, makes sense. Those people are actually paying to play this, not just kind of mooching like I am, playing for free. But still, it's like, there's just so much that's broken. I mean, let me show you something after I do this. Like this, for starters. This Galactic Challenge, you see what it says? Bonuses for Gungans. Gungans are a faction that just came to the game, probably, a month ago, maybe less. Nobody has them, okay? Yes, whales and krakens do, but most normal, regular, everyday players do not have Gungans yet. Yet, what does CG do? They keep having a Galactic Challenge, at least one a week, that has something to do with Gungans. Either A, you need to be Gungans, like this one is, or B, the enemy is Gungans. And I don't know if Gungans are supposed to be super good or what, but every time the enemy is a Gungan, it's practically an impossible Galactic Challenge. I mean, we have prize boxes that go up to, can you see them all? Yeah, there we go. They go up to GC 10, and 8 to 10, that's an average range to get completion on. But when the enemy is Gungans, we can only, 6 is about as far as I personally can get. I'm sure a lot of others can only get about that far as well. And it's just ridiculous. Like, this is, I know it's called Galactic Challenge, but it's literally impossible if you don't even have the characters. It's not a challenge. There's a difference between something being challenging, which means it's doable, you just need to find the right strategy, versus being impossible because you don't have the tools. And yet, this stupid game constantly keeps doing this. Bonuses for Gungans. So for me, look at what our feats are. We have full squad Gungans. Complete the battle with the full squad of Gungans. Well, that's not going to happen. I can't do that. So right out the gate, however many burritos I call them, this equals up to, I'm going to be short. Even if I got all the other feats done, I can't do that. I don't have Gungans, so I can't do that. So that's annoying to keep seeing this every single week. There's usually 2 Galactic Challenges. I think it's 2 Galactic Challenges a week. And yeah, this is what they keep doing. Flip-flopping what the Gungans are. Us, them. Another thing that's annoying is, I already kind of took a look at it. It's Grand Arena. Grand Arena, I hate. I have hated this game mode since day one. Grand Arena's been a thing now for, 4 years, 5 years? I mean, it's been in the game for a while now. But I have always hated it. I've never found it enjoyable. And why? Because it's always been viciously imbalanced. I mean, I guess it's gotten a little better in more recent times, but for the longest time, the first several years that this game mode was active, it was like they would place you up against a Kraken. I'd be sitting at like 7 million GP, and they'd put my enemy at 11 million GP, and it's like, are you kidding me right now? I'm never gonna beat this guy. Why would they pair me up against this? Even now, half the time when I win, it's not because I win, it's because either... What happened here? I'm hoping this is a perfect example. I don't remember. Okay, this one was kind of a close battle, actually. I barely pulled through. But yeah, it's either something like this. Let me show this, actually. Like, this is as much as I could do. I couldn't do any more. So I barely won. But this was it. Now, you get... Not only do you get points in this mode, but you get money as well. They give you in-game money for each node that you clear. So, I have 2 right here, clearly 1 out of 4 and 1 out of 3 that I couldn't do, plus all the ones back here. How many are back here? 3. So that's 5 nodes. I think you get 100,000, so that's 500,000 in-game dollars that I missed out on because I couldn't complete this. And this is just one instance. It's like this all the time. Okay, this one I got a full clear, but then this one I didn't even bother because it was practically impossible. I got 1. 1 enemy defeated. So all the rest just sat there, wasted. I couldn't do anything. Like, how is this fun? We got this whole game mode, and this is as much as I can do. 1 battle? Oh, wow, so fun. I'm so glad I barely could compete in this. Barely, and it's not like I didn't try. Look. I tried here, battles 1. Does it look like I even touched them? The characters are all full health. Then we got, come on. I'll show the other one that I did too. Both of these with 1 battle each. Does it look like I even did anything? The top one I did absolutely nothing to. I attacked them and they just went on a turn meter spree and just wiped me out. The second one I did a little bit on, but clearly not enough. Oh wow, so fun. I'm glad I couldn't do anything. What a great game mode. And it's not like this is a one-off. It's not like this time it was just like, oh man, that was annoying. No, this is all the time. And a lot of the times, like 90% of the time when I actually do win, it's because my opponent didn't go. I almost thought I was going to win this one because there was 2 hours left to Grand Arena, and this Jin Dobry still didn't take his turn yet. So I was like, am I seriously going to win off of doing 1 battle? Of course, he waits till the last minute and then ends up doing 2 battles at least and then beat me. But it's just ridiculous. Let me see. Anyways, did he have the same situation as me? Did he try anymore and lost? But yeah, so this isn't fun. This is annoying. And the worst part is, like, there was one period where I gave up on Grand Arena. I was like, I'm not even going to bother playing this. It's a crappy game mode. I hate it. All it does is cause me so much rage. I'm going to have high blood pressure and die at a young age from raging out over a stupid game. And so I quit. Well, then what did CG do? They ended up changing it so that these crystals are tied to Grand Arena. And if you don't participate in a Grand Arena round, you don't get any prizes, which means you don't get any crystals. Crystals are super valuable in this game. I need my crystals. So that means I have to participate in this stupid game mode. And what's even worse is before, setting a defense would count as you taking your turn. So I used to set my defense, and there you go, okay, I participated. Now that doesn't even count. You set a defense only, they still count you as, oh, you didn't participate, because they want you to do something on offense as well. So I'm forced into playing a game mode I completely hate, just so I can get some prizes that I want, that I need, that are critical in this game. It's ridiculous. You know, so between those two game modes right there, it just causes intense rage. All the time. Conquest kind of causes me some rage sometimes too, but Conquest is something that you kind of can't ignore. Yeah, there's good prizes to be had if you do try in Conquest, but at the same time you can say, whatever, screw it. I'm not interested in getting all mad over a stupid game, so I'm not going to play. It's not as bad as Grand Arena, where it's like, I'm not going to play. Oh, well, we're not going to give you crystals then. You know? So, yeah, that's reason number 3 why I would say don't waste your time with this worthless piece of crap game. Reason number 4 why I would say don't waste your time with this game is because something a little more subtle. It doesn't really bother me so much per se. It's almost comical to me. But I know a lot in the community do hate it that this exists, and it's that CG doesn't listen to you or care about what you have to say. They put surveys out kind of regularly, and you can take the time to fill them out, and they'll give you like some kind of little stupid thank you reward type thing. You know, the surveys usually aren't too long. They're about, 10 minutes tops, but they ignore you. You fill out the survey, and then you go and see that everything that you just said, that a lot of the community, not just you, but a lot of the community said they don't like, CG just keeps doing. And it's like, alright. Like, there was a survey recently about Omicrons going into, I think it was being used in Conquest. And then CG, shortly after that survey was released, they go and they make a new character that, I forget what it was. It was either A, the character had an Omicron in Conquest, and it was just like, alright, did you not pay attention to us? Why'd you ask us what we think if you're gonna just ignore us what we have to say? So it was either that, or they put the Omicron in the Galactic Challenge one for the Gungans, and people were like, are you serious? We don't want Galactic Challenge Omicrons. We just told you we don't want Conquest, we don't want Galactic Challenge. That's even dumber than Conquest. But yeah, they don't listen. They don't care. They do their own thing, and that's it. Oh, we're gonna focus on new whales and krakens, and we're gonna ignore everybody else. The worst part is, though, even though I say they focus on the whales and krakens, they do. But yeah, one of the biggest whales and krakens, and he's biggest not so much because of what he spends. I'm sure there's somebody that actually, or not somebody, somebodies. There's probably a few people that spend more than he does. But he's big in the sense of in the community. Is Arnold. You know, he's a big name in the community, obviously, with his 250,000 subscribers on YouTube and everything. And yet, CG, for some reason, basically hates this guy. They don't listen to anything he has to say. They don't want to hear what he has to say. They don't like his criticism. He's almost like, I don't want to say shadow banned from them or blocked from them or whatever, but like, in the past, we're talking years ago now, he's tried to be in events that they were hosting, and they would not allow him in. And it was like, are you guys serious right now? Like, he is the biggest, he's basically your biggest free publicist. You know, he makes these videos for fun about your game, and you won't entertain a Q&A with him or whatever. It's pretty ridiculous. But it just goes to show that they do not care about the community. They don't care what you say. They don't care what you think. They're going to do what they want to do, and that's it. It's basically like, take it or leave it. You don't like it? Then don't play our game. Like, you know, kind of like a mentality like that. And it's like, well, if we have suggestions for you to make your game better, you know, ways that we would be happier with it, you should listen to that, not just try to brush us off like we're a bunch of idiots. So yeah, CG kind of is a crappy company, so that's another reason why I would suggest don't waste your time with this game. I mean, if you need proof that CG is a crappy company, besides my video I'm making right now, they had a Lord of the Rings game that basically failed. They launched it, and within a couple of months, they already took it off the App Store. So, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of variables as to why that is, but, you know, if they were a good company and had good marketing skills and good, you know, cared about their products and their customers and all that, that game would still be going strong. It wouldn't be dead like it is. Anyways, that would be reason number 4 why I would suggest you don't play this game. I think that's probably it. I don't think there's too much else. It's just all those things, though, combined do really pile up. You know, when you got 9 million game modes to compete in, and they all cause you rage, and everything, it's not fun. Oh, that's another thing, too, actually, I just thought of. So maybe reason number 5 is I think it's Territory Battles, which is the one that we're in now. It just gets to be way too intense, because in this game you have something called a guild that you can join, which you kind of need to join guilds, because guilds help you as a player individually get stronger, and obviously you want that. So you want to be in a guild, and you want to be able to get the benefits of being in a guild, the rewards and all that. But at the same time, it can get quite ridiculous. I mean, some guilds, or actually a lot of guilds, almost every guild nowadays wants you to have Discord, which I think is annoying. I don't want to download a stupid chatting app just to play a dumb freemium game. There's chat options in the game, let's just use that. I know it's not the best, but why should I have to download a separate app to play this stupid game? I hate that. I hate how it's like, you know, your guild really expects you to participate in the game modes, and then, like, they're on you. When I say they're on you, too, I mean, they really are. They'll in my guild, they'll, like, reach out to you specifically. Oh, hey, so-and-so, deploy this one. We saw you have this in your roster. Use this in this node of territory war or whatever, territory battle. And it's like, geez, like, let's calm down a little. This is just a dumb freemium game. We don't need to be taking it this seriously. You know? We can just be a sucky little guild. We don't have to try to be a top tier, you know, mega, oh yeah, look at us guild. Like, it's just a stupid freemium game by a crappy company that you play on your phone. I mean, they do have a PC version now, but most people are playing on their phone. I do. So, yeah, that gets to be a little bit much, too. Like, let's just take a look at this. Look at all these chat boxes I have on the side. Look at all this. This is all from my guild people hitting me up and everything, and bugging me for this, bugging me for that. And it's like, jeez, alright. I'm just playing a stupid freemium game. Leave me alone. So yeah, there's way too much going on. And at this point, I feel like it's even worse. Because, like, I remember when Ships came out. That was November 2016. But I was playing the game for a year already. So I was ready for Ships. I was ready for all these new game modes that come out and stuff as well, you know? Conquest and everything, Grand Arena. I was ready for Relics. Someone who's new, this is a lot for you to just come into, you know? It's a lot just thrown at you. Oh, I gotta do, what are we doing now? Grand Arena? Oh, God, oh, Conquest now? Oh, my God, Territory Wars? What? Relics? It is a lot. So I just feel like in general, like, I mean, you should just be feeling extremely overwhelmed to begin with. Like, why you would want to try to continue. I can power through this. It seems a bit insane, but I don't know. Anyways, that's just what I think. You know, coming from somebody who's been playing this game for, what, 8.5 years now? I mean, I say it all the time that I would just quit, because it's not worth it anymore. The only reason I don't quit, though, there's 2 reasons why I don't quit. One is because I created this YouTube channel, so I'm like, well, if I quit, then what's the point of this now? I got this channel that either I let die as well, or I gotta try to convert it to something else, but, you know, people who follow me are following me for this game, not for some other random content, so I don't know. And the second thing is, I just think about how much time and effort I put into this dumb game to begin with, and I'm like, I can't just throw it all away, even though I want to. It just, there's so much effort there. I think about when I was working on a second job and I would try to sneak my phone just so I could participate in raids, or I think about when I was out with my family trying to sneak some time to participate in raids and all this, and, you know, they'd be like, what are you doing? Are you with us? Jeez, put your phone down. It's like, I know, but I have to do this because that's all. There's a time limit to it, and I need to get in. And, you know, I just don't want all that to be for nothing. But, yeah. Overall, that's just what I think. This game absolutely sucks. I absolutely hate it. And, yeah, I suggest you do not play it. Unless I'd say unless they make major changes, but how are you ever going to know if you don't play in the first place? So, but that's all I got. So, I guess thanks for checking this out, and until next time, I wish I could find some good opponent to go up against. I'm sick of seeing all these stupid Omicrons or Datacrons and crap I know I can't beat. Ugh. But anyways, I said see ya.